That's the difference between men and women. That's one of the biggest differences between men and women is, you know what stainless steel is? So imagine a stainless steel bowl. You put something in the bowl, a little bit might evaporate, but it'll take a long time. Nothing's going to leak out.
Mm-hmm.
Now take a stainless steel colander or strainer that has holes in it, like in order to rinse pasta, for example. That's the difference between men and women. You get some appreciation, some acknowledgement, some expression of caring for you, supporting you, and it can last a month or more. I know one man, I gave him an example of how his wife might appreciate what he does to commute, such an arduous commute to support his family, how she might thank him. And he said, that would take care of me for 6 months. Now, yeah. And even in our Being Extraordinary as a Man course, men make charts of the things that fill them up, that fill their bowl, and how much it takes and how long it will last. And everything is in terms of days, weeks, months. And we do the same thing with women, and it's in terms of hours, and maybe a day. 3 days would be a long time.
I'm just going to say this because I know it's going to piss some people off, but honestly, if it triggers you, good. If a woman cheats, it's usually not random. It's not one mistake. There are patterns and no one wants to talk about them. So I'm going to give you 3 things that massively increase the chances a woman will cheat. Not always, but often enough that you should pay attention. First, low self-worth. I mean, she needs attention to feel okay. Like she feels good when she's desired. She feels alive when someone's flirting with her. And when that attention dips in the relationship, she starts feeling empty. She'll just say, I'm just talking. I didn't mean anything. But the truth is she was feeding something inside her. Second, she avoids emotional discomfort. This one is huge. She doesn't sit with loneliness. She doesn't sit with boredom. She doesn't sit with unmet needs. The moment things feel heavy, awkward, or emotionally dry, she looks for relief, not resolution, relief. So instead of fixing the relationship, she distracts herself with a person, with attention, with a vibe. Third, porous boundaries. And this is the one people defend the hardest. She'll say, I'm just friendly. I'm just being nice. I'm just a friend. But she's oversharing. She's emotionally intimate with other men. She's keeping doors cracked open just in case. And cheating doesn't start with intention. It starts with no boundaries. If you don't protect the relationship, someone else will walk into it. Now listen, this is important. None of this makes cheating okay. Ever. Cheating is still a character issue. But if a woman has low self-worth, can't tolerate emotional discomfort, and has weak boundaries, the relationship is on a thin ice, whether you want to admit it or not.
Well, it's like I continue to say, a lot of women really aren't as slick as they think they are. They're not as sneaky as they think they are. They're not as crafty and deceiving as they think they are. I know they would like to wear it as a badge of honor that they're one of the world's most slyest creatures. But when a man decides to pay attention to the nonsense and the foolishness that a lot of modern women carry on from day to day, then it's pretty much, in a lot of different situations, in a lot of cases, it's pretty much a wrap.
Nope.
You used to let me drink after your stuff all the time.
That's when you was pure.
I'm still pure.
No, you ain't. You go to HBCU
What do that have to do with anything?
and do everything.
No, I don't.
You got to do everything. Got to.
Little man's is a menace. The look on his face, gang. Telling your college age sister that she be getting crushed and pops don't say. That's basically agreeing, bro. That's so funny.
How much did the ring cost?
$18,000.
You were being judgmental on the rings, Miss Williams?
I just wanted the best of the best. I'm used to the finer things in life, and he knew that since the beginning.
Oh, it's gorgeous. My goodness. When he gave you this ring, Miss Williams, were you pleased with it?
I was. I'm not going to lie. I was super over the moon, and I was really ecstatic about us actually going through with the engagement.
What happens to the engagement?
I called it off.
You called it off.
Yes.
Now, why did you call it off?
One day I was checking the mail and I saw a letter from a fertility clinic. He was donating his sperm for money.
To buy the ring.
To buy the ring.
It just hit me.
I got $400 a week. I would go 2 times a week to the sperm donor, and put $1,000 each paycheck.
You were upset that meant that he had been at the sperm bank.
Yes.
And you didn't know about it.
Yes, Your Honor. I feel betrayed. I did deserve to know. I just can't sleep at night knowing that there's a bunch of random potential children running around. Like, it doesn't fit my lifestyle. I just felt disgusted by the whole donating sperm behind my back.
That is crazy. She wants expensive stuff. And he tried his best. And then she's like, no, you worked hard, but I can't accept this. I don't want to be a part of this.
Kings, send that girl $1,500 to her Cash App right now. Why? No more 50-50. We ain't playing that roommate. You gotta start treating these women like the goddesses that they are. Are you dumb? Do you know how honored we should be just to be in their presence? Bruh. Always remember, she is the prize. Oh, no. You are here to serve her. So stay focused. Cut. Yo, we about to do numbers. Them gonna love this. You know, all you gotta do is tell them whatever they want to hear about it.
Bro, we're still recording.
And I hate to break it to you, but the whole notion of if they wanted to, they would, does not only apply for men in romantic relationships. Miss, I don't know why I can't lose weight. Love you.
Are there any videos of men saying why they don't want to live with women?
No, because men's lives are made 100% easier when they live with women. They're not going to be on there saying that. Where would men be if they didn't have a woman cooking and cleaning for them, getting their doctor's appointment?
You serious?
Paul little tank tank.
Lady, the reason why you don't hear men making videos about why they don't want to live with a woman is because they're too busy sitting at home in a quiet, peaceful house, just being happy because they don't live with a woman. What are you talking about? There are plenty of men out here who live by themselves and they're doing just fine. This isn't the 30s or the 40s. Men know how to take care of themselves now. Just like y'all evolved, we evolved too. We know how to wash our own dishes and cook our own food. We don't need y'all for that. Let me break this down for you, lady. When a man lives by himself, that means he has less responsibilities, which means he doesn't require much. So when it is time for him to cook dinner, it doesn't take a lot. When it is time for him to clean the house up, it doesn't take a lot. And on top of that, he probably doesn't have the biggest house and a whole bunch of furniture and all this other stuff that would be required if he lived with a woman. So keeping up on a day-to-day is not a big deal. And let's say he does have a big house and has a bunch of furniture, he'll just go get a maid and hire a chef to cook his food. And with AI and all this other stuff going on, he can even automate his appointments or just hire one of those online personal assistants. You can get them real cheap nowadays. And of course, you have the last and most obvious option. He could just call and set them up himself. So we're fine either way. See, what you don't understand is what y'all call a mess or a bad situation. Most men don't care because we're not like you. We're different. The only reason we upgrade and do all that other stuff is because of you guys. So if you guys are not around, his life is stress-free. I'm not going to sit here and downplay the value of a woman, but for you to think men can't operate without you or that our lives are just so bad without you, you are highly mistaken. This is why there are so many single men running around now, because we understand that. The funny thing to me is you women love talk about how men benefit from relationships when y'all expect the men to pay all the bills, your car payment, put gas in it, buy all the food, but then still turn around and say men are lucky to have a woman in their house.
What kind of is that?
Now, she probably just heard this somewhere. I'm not even sure if she really believes it, but in the words of the great Dragonfly Jones,
somebody done told you wrong.
So the fact is, the same way you have some of these women running around screaming how they don't need a man to pay their bills and they're independent, well, there are a lot of men out here who don't need a woman to cook his food and make his appointments. But the only difference is we don't run around saying it to anybody who's willing to listen. I'm just saying. But leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
Thanks, CJ. And this is exactly it. Make sure to check out his channel. These modern women think that for some reason, they're the only ones that have a lock on cooking. They think they have a lock on sexual intercourse, intimacy, and they think they're the only ones that have the goods. There's not going to be any other woman out there that has what they have, right? And they sincerely believe that, unfortunately for them. But as we know, they're delusional. Number one. Number two, like he was saying, men know how to take care of themselves nowadays. They know how to cook. They know how to clean. I mean, YouTube is still free last time I checked. And Men know how to do all of that stuff that you're talking about right now. So this whole number one, number two, y'all said y'all weren't cooking and cleaning for a man. Oh, I feel like I heard one woman say, oh, well, you know, the women of today's generation, I don't cook and clean. My grandmother doesn't cook and clean. My mom doesn't cook and clean. None of my aunties. So what are the men going to do? Well, we can cook, first of all. Second of all, we just not going to pick you. That's going to be the answer.
Are you going to apologize?
No.
If you don't apologize, I'm going to leave you. Now you're going to be all single. When you're single, I don't care who you're going to hang out with. You can go sing karaoke, watch football, and hang out with your friend. And when your muscles hurt, I'm not gonna massage you. You're gonna have to pay for those little to massage you.
Okay.
Yeah, pay for it. Yes, everything costs money. I'm not gonna help you manage your money anymore, and you're gonna have to eat garbage food every day, like chicken wings and tacos and pizza.
Okay.
And spend all your money on nonsense like drinking and gambling and traveling. You know what? It wasn't that big a deal. You know, don't take what I said too personally, okay? We can go home.
I recently lost a lot of female followers. They're coming at me in my DMs nonstop, in my comment section nonstop, and it's like, you guys keep saying I'm a pick-me, I like male attention, I thrive off of male validation, so on and so forth. But let me tell you something, I'm bad as shit. Look how pretty I am. Really take into account how bad I am. If I wanted the attention that you think I need, that you so desperately need, I would just post my body and face all day. Do you not see this? This is all real too. Secondly, my content is for the men who actually get up and get it, who don't complain, the real fathers, the men who work a lot. They don't have a platform because we have the bitter woman who put out the bitter men they choose to be with and have babies with. They get a platform. But the men who are quiet and don't need a platform, they don't have it. And I want the real men to be recognized. So stay off my post if you don't.
There's not a man on the planet who's been nitpicked and nagged on and critiqued and criticized and attacked into respectability. Here's the truth, ladies. If you withhold your respect until he's acted in such a way as you deem to be respectable, you will damn him to failure. Many of you wives have husbands who aren't respectable, in part because you've failed to help them in such a way so that they become respectable. You're still defensive in your mind, and that's okay. You wrestle between you and God on this matter. But hear me when I say, when you look at his weakness and go, yeah, but, you look at a weakness and then you critique and attack him in that weakness, when maybe that's a weakness that God called you to make up for with your helpmanship, so that his weakness that God called you to meet and complete, instead of doing your job, you attack him for his weakness, and then you damn your marriage to failure.
I'm probably the black sheep. Honestly, I'm not laying down with no man without no fee. Honestly, if they come to me and say they want to I'm gonna... If it's not nobody I'm interested in, I'm asking for the fee. I'm sorry. That's just me. Honestly, that's me. So, that's just me. Honestly, I'm not for nothing. If I'm not interested in you, what you got for me? Honestly. Because I'm not finna leave with no wet ass or nothing. So, that's just me. Honestly. I cannot be for free and they don't leave with nothing but a wet ass. What is that? What is that? A wet ass. So what? I could do that for myself.
Basically what you're saying is, like, if a nigga comes straight direct towards you, if you're not interested in him, that's what you're saying. Like,
What you got for me? If we at the bar, absolutely. You're paying for me. You're paying for my bitches. Show me some money. Like, you're gonna be, yeah, absolutely. Like, because you're acting real bold, coming up to me, acting like you want to no, you're gonna pay for me and my bitches and our drinks. Like, pick up the tab.
Can anybody stop her from incriminating herself? Can anybody stop her from talking crazy? From talking silly? These modern women get out here talking and nobody stops them from saying silly stuff. Do you know what you're positioning yourself as? Do you know what you're telling everybody that you are? Are you serious right now?
Well, why are women so quick to assume the worst?
Because of all the stuff that has happened with men over years.
So how are men and women ever supposed to get together if women assume the worst in men?
That's something for a man to figure out.
Well, doesn't that also affect women if women don't want to die lonely old cat ladies?
No, because I can easily find a man that will approach me in a good way where I won't feel creeped out, where I want to talk to him and stuff, rather than a man just being like all up in my face.
So would you say that women have more advantages in the dating market than men do?
No, men have more of an advantage.
Well, didn't you say that you have, don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
No, I think men are probably the pickiest when it comes to picking a girl.
How so?
They always want a girl that fits the now, like she has to look like what everyone else wants, rather than just a really pretty woman that might not be like top tier of what Instagram standards are.
So everybody put your hands in the air. It's an all-night party that we're getting into. You think it's all over, then the joke is on you. It's a dream, it's a scene, and it's so brand new.
This is your reminder to stop taking relationship advice from emotionally immature people.
You should absolutely be punishing men when they hurt your feelings. When they do anything you don't like, anything, you should be punishing them. Whether that's a big punishment or a small punishment. The largest punishment, depending on the offense, should be them losing complete access to you. But if you must keep them around, you need to be charging them some money.
Punishment is how you train a dog. Men are not dogs, they're people. And with people, grown adults, we're supposed to communicate effectively. If you cannot communicate when your feelings are hurt or when someone does something that you don't like, then you probably shouldn't even be in a relationship, if we're being honest. All this petty back and forth, oh, well, they did this to me, so I'm gonna do this to them. That's ridiculous. That's what children do. That's emotionally immature. And I know that ladies love to throw around the fact that we want men to be emotionally mature. However, from all the likes and comments and reposts even that I saw from this video, which side is really lacking the emotional intelligence here?
Baby girl, if your man complaining and he telling you all the ways that you doing stuff wrong and he trying to make you better, he ain't cheating, girl. But once that start just shaking his head when you do stuff and start hitting you with the I ain't gonna say nothing, girl, find you somewhere else to live. You hear me? The detached. You trying to make this pissed off, and he said, I'm not doing this today. Yeah, you're coming close to the end, baby girl. You might as well go ahead and fill out that form. Get your credit together, girl. They got to check it for you to move into another apartment.
What's your biggest red flag?
Me? I'm overly friendly, but not also like that. Like I actually genuinely have homeboys, literally. Actually.
So basically, what you're saying is that if you don't text me, that means you're busy.
Yes.
And if I don't text you, that means I've forgotten you, moved on in life, and I don't love you anymore.
Yes, absolutely. So text me all the time.
So another reason why women get ghosted is they don't understand that after sex happens, the onus of the effort shifts to them.
To the women.
To the women.
Interesting.
Perhaps you've heard this said that men are the gatekeepers of commitment and women are the gatekeepers of sex.
I heard that in the book, yeah.
But in modern dating where sex precedes commitment, then we just come up against the women's gatekeeping first. And this isn't even really about men and women. It's about who's on the outside and who has the power to let them in. So women have the power to let men in sexually, and sex happens before commitment these days. So the man's going to be making the effort. He's running offense. She's running defense.
At first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes women think, because they get kind of anchored there, that after sex happens, that he's just going to keep trying or keep escalating. And it's like, no, sweetie, you have to make the effort. You didn't just hand over sex to every man that desires it from you. Why is that man going to hand over commitment just because you want it? You have to go get it. Now you are on offense. He's on defense, and he can let you in or not. And so a lot of women don't try. They don't make the effort. And they also often don't know what to do. They don't know how to secure a man's commitment.
Well, honestly, you could look at it from a couple of different angles. On the one hand, people are so enamored or engrossed or I should say engulfed in hookup culture that they believe that they can just honestly do whatever they want without any consequences and repercussions. So these modern women are, hooking up, and by the time they meet the man that they want, then that man doesn't want them as soon as he finds out about her past. And so that'll be something that you did to yourself. And some of these women are silly enough to think that, well, it really doesn't matter. I can give him this golden poom poom and he's going to still be with me because I'm so special and I'm so electric. It's all about the experience. Yeah, it is about the experience. The experience of getting you and the experience of leaving and going and find somebody else that's going to give me the same or similar experience. You thinking that you giving it to him is going to keep him there. It's not. Most of the time, it's not. These modern women are reckless. They're irresponsible. And they just hand it out to anybody, right? And they're thinking, well, because I have the golden poom poom, then the onus is not going to be on me because, he needs it. And I'm the only one that he can get this. You hear it when they say, I'm withholding. You know what I mean? I'm withholding from the man that I really like. Because this guy, this Chad, he only gets me. He only gets my body. But the man that I like, he gets the experience. So they're thinking, oh, the onus is never going to be on me because I'm really going to I'm going to give him the experience. I'm going to really put this thing on him. So even if, we do have sex immediately or almost immediately, like the first night or the first date, second date, whatever it is, the experience of me is so good. I'm so intoxicating to him that he ain't going to want to leave. They really actually think that. They actually think that these modern women are delusional until a man says, yeah, that was a great time, but I'm off to the races. I'm going to go find something else. Right. So they really don't believe that they have to prove anything. They just believe I'm so far in my divine feminine that he's just going to love anything and everything that comes from me.
One of the things men don't know about women is how sensitive we are to criticism. Men have asked, how can you effectively criticize a woman?
Yeah, that was one of my questions.
Okay, so we think that we, conscious or unconscious, our job is to be pleasing. And as long as I'm pleasing, you will only procreate with me and you'll protect me and you'll provide for me as long as I'm pleasing. So I have to be pleasing. And if you mention something critical, I have failed utterly and I'm going to die.
That is literally how it feels sometimes.
It does. It feels like it crashes the system. And you don't have to say something for it to seem critical. Like you can state a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And we will take it as a criticism. The green beans are cold.
That's so true.
You're just stating a fact. There's no accusation in it at all.
You're saying that I didn't cook them right?
And what men don't know about women is that women don't know that you're affected differently by criticism. How women are affected by criticism is we change. We change. The green beans will be different the next time. And we may resent you for it, but they will be different because we have to survive. And there's actually been studies that show when a woman is having her cycle, she literally has less protection. Like at a cellular level, she has no protection. So it just goes right in and she crumbles. And men don't know about women that we think you should be affected the same way by criticism. That's why I criticize you. So you'll change.
So it doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way. There's 5 layers of protection that you have. And women don't know this about you because we're all upset because of what that person said about me. And then you say, honey, consider the source.
Consider the source.
Random comment on YouTube.
Exactly. Now, I thought that was your first layer of protection. Consider the source. And then it goes down the line from there. And we can learn a lot from it. But the first layer of protection that you have against criticism is single focus. Most of the criticism leveled at you, you didn't even hear. You didn't even perceive. And we're like, and you're like, you're so lucky. Diffuse awareness has us be criticized by the socks. Our environments criticize us. Asking for what we need without criticism, I think, is a lifelong art form to pursue. Honey, you're wonderful. You're amazing. seriously, I could go on and on. And do you think maybe you could do one thing a little bit differently for me? What?
That's a good way.
So height matters?
Yeah.
But guys can't change how tall they are.
I mean, y'all always expect us to be short.
I don't judge people based on stuff they can't change, because that's just wrong.
No, I agree. I
Okay, cool. So when you say height matters, you're judging based on something they can't change. Okay. So the point of this interview
But that's a preference.
is if your preference is invalid because you can't change it. They could be
invalid.
Yeah.
That's an invalid preference.
Why? But I can't change it. I can't change
that's
it.
my preference.
She's a 3 and she's a 2. I'm just being real.
Well, you know what? Piece of shit.
I'm just being real. I'm being real.
It's just like
I hate dating as a woman in tech because if I try to date a guy in tech, they're typically really ugly and they have a whole bunch of nerdy interests that I can't relate to. There's some types of guys who work in tech who are attractive and we might have the same interests, but they think they are too smart and they are really full of themselves, and I don't like dating that type of guy either. If I try to date someone who doesn't work in tech, but they aren't a high earner, they end up feeling too insecure and they aren't able to afford the type of things that I can, like fine dining and traveling. So dating as a woman in tech is not for the weak.
Hey, man. Hey, it's really getting spooky out here, man. It's really getting spooky out here, dog. What? I'm speechless. I've got nothing to say. You got it, shorty. It's your world, love. It's your world. Yours a dirty game, man. We are cooked. Stay focused, though.
They're so full of crap. They need you guys so bad it hurts.
So I just found out that I'm not hot. And this was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either. And I can't do it. It can't be done. I'm in hell. I've tried for days, texting every man I know.
Guys used to do this stuff for girls who were interested in them, right? It used to be that a girl was interested in a guy and she'd almost use that as like a, hey, can you come and help me? You know, she had ulterior motives. He knew it. They were all in on the game. It was like a mutual thing. You both got something out of it. You got your stuff moved and he got a date and it was like a cute little thing, right? That's not what's going on. You ladies are using these guys, and they maybe the first few times they fell for it and they went and they moved a freaking granite table. You know what they got out of it? Zilch.
I recently made a video on this girl who says when he thinks he got the last laugh and then proceeds to flaunt her validation that she got from her Hinge likes. And then a couple people told me to go analyze her whole profile, and I want to show you the stages of how girls handle rejection. Okay, so we have picture number 1 here where she's bragging about the fact that she doesn't really bring anything to the table. Like when he asked what I bring to the table, but I already ate the table because the only thing that she brings is you buying her food. I can't imagine why a man wouldn't want to be dating this girl, but let's go to the next post. This is a completely different post, just the same photo. She must really like this photo. Walked away because I remember there's a lineup to replace him. So she's under the same mentality. She's sticking to her guns of the original video. Wow, this guy is really unlucky. She just constantly has a lineup of options on dating apps to constantly crave validation, just on the off chance the men don't want to date her because she brings nothing to the table. Then we have this one. This one's really out of touch. How it feels returning to my nonchalant phase after Mr. Wrong proves why all men ain't. Yeah, you're really nonchalant. You've made about 90 different posts only about men, but super nonchalant of you. And keep in mind, what she means by men ain't is just a man that didn't like her back, and I can only imagine why. Alright, now we're getting into the start where the man probably broke her heart, he doesn't want her anymore, and then she writes, silly me, I almost gave up. You definitely did give up. You have like 90 slideshows all referencing the fact that you have other men who like you because the man that you actually wanted doesn't like you. You definitely still give up. More of the story here is this is what happens when you post things like this to give off the vibe that you're like super confident, because there's a reason why that you want that man and not the 5,000 men that are, you know, messaging you, wow, you're hot on Hinge. You don't want those men. They're losers. That's why you're using them for validation. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
What's one thing your dad has taught you? They would probably have something to say.
Yeah, I'll be loving that.
You ask me that, I'm gonna be like, give me a moment to think about it.
So let's say this then. What
you could give me forever to think about it.
What value did your dad add to your life? No, really. Like, do you not tell so he never paid for nothing? He never did.
I mean, he probably paid for some stuff.
All right, so what about if did you ever feel like if you was in danger, you can call your dad?
For sure.
All right, so
1000%.
So you got a personal bodyguard for your whole entire life growing up. There's a lot of ladies that didn't have that. So you might have didn't get the words of wisdom, but his presence alone protected you in ways that you couldn't even see. So you feel me? So it's like every man don't got the capacity to articulate and deliver and do these things, but that don't mean I'm telling you, like the presence of a man alone changes the whole entire landscape of a woman's life. And social media tried to take that element out. And I explained to you how.
I agree with that statement for sure.
I'm telling you, down to look at it like this, right? But I've said it, it ain't like you're going to get into too many physical altercations. You're like, I would hope not, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the presence of a man prevents that as well. Prevention is because why you think the president has Secret Service? They not on the job all day shooting, killing, like ducking from, but their presence alone stops people from trying the president. Like a man could have nothing. He could be just dressed with nothing in his pockets and just walk down the street with you, and your day-to-day experience would be different. Yeah. Just from that alone. So that don't mean that that's enough, but I'm just saying it's always something that a man.
I mean, in 4K, trying to downplay everything that a man does. Just give a man his props. Well, I don't feel like he did this and I don't feel like he did that. Do you feel like he protected you and he would be there for you? Oh yeah, 100%. So basically he was a good dad. He would always show up for you. Maybe he wasn't the most expressive and the most vocal, but he did show up for you. Oh yeah, 100%. Okay then. He would not show up for you if he did not love you. He would not show up for you if he did not care about you. There was a woman that was in a relationship for about 4 years with, I think it was her fiance. And she said he wasn't the most expressive and he was kind of quiet around her family. And so, she said, I would like you to work on being more expressive. And he responded by trying to do that. But she said there was a guy that came about and he showed her all of the affection. And he was expressive in his affection to her. And that's what she wanted. And so she was like, oh, I got some decisions to make. I'm not 100% sure if I want to be with maybe it was her boyfriend, but fiance of 4 years. Right. Because you're focused on the flashy stuff. And I understand you want affection, but the kicker here is that her boyfriend of 4 years said, okay, yeah, I can work on that. And he started doing things to be more expressive and more affectionate to her and to show her what she asked him to show her. But still, that wasn't enough. But because, of course, modern women never look at the things that they do or they aren't doing. It's, oh, well, he's not doing enough. Oh, he's not rising to the occasion. It's always something that the men are not doing. And it's always the men have to show up. And this is what men get upset about. This is what men get tired of. Y'all are never happy. There's nothing that a man could ever do to make you happy. And you see why men keep on walking away from relationships now. Because after 4 years, you can tell me, I want you to try a little bit harder. I put in more effort and I try a little bit harder. And then you say, I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe I'll find somebody else. Knowing full well that that man that you go out there and find is not going to be attentive to you like I am. He's not going to take care of you like I do. He's not going to care about you like I do. You're going to run out there and get a man that gives you 20% of everything that you want, while I'm giving you 80% of everything that you want. Modern women will literally do that type of nonsense and then be heartbroken, distraught when they left the 80% for the 20%. You thought the grass was greener. And this is exactly what this woman is doing right here. In a way, I should say. Oh man, well, he never took care of me. He did this, 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 and this. Well, actually, he did show up for you. He gave you everything that you needed, but it wasn't good enough. It took a man to say, well, hold on. Did he do this for you? Yeah. Did he do X, Y, and Z for you? Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, well, then he is actually a good man. Y'all just try to minimize and downplay everything that a man does, so you don't recognize what a man is doing for you and what a good man is.
Okay, if you're gonna make a video about your husband, how he's literally the worst man alive, and then your next post is not a divorce announcement, it's a pregnancy announcement, I need you to shut off your phone and stop telling us. You clearly like to be miserable. Stop telling us.
Now, this is something that I can actually agree with. However, there's a part that she's not discussing. And that part is that those same women that get online and complain about their relationships and marriages and paint their husband out to be the worst person possible and still stay with him, be lying. A lot of them do it for the validation and the attention of other women on social media because it feels good. That's why a lot of those women don't ever leave, because he's not really as horrible as they make him out to be. And not only do they refuse to leave, you never actually see this man. You don't even know if he really exists. And a lot of the times, if they do actually have a husband, he's not even on social media as much as they are. And so in turn, there's a good chance he's probably not going to even see the video that she made about him unless someone directly sends it to him, which is a slim chance, which now puts him in a position to probably never ever see the video. And if he ever does approach her about it, she's going to make light of the situation, make it seem like it's nothing when it really is something. And 9 times out of 10, he's going to be like, you know what, whatever, I'm not really tripping about it because I know it's not true, even though it should be a really big issue in a relationship. And then there's a good chance she's probably going to give him that head that she promised him 3 months ago, and he's going to feel better about himself. He's going to climax, go to sleep, and forget all about it. Unfortunately, that is the sequence for a lot of men in America. But you know what? I ain't got to listen to what I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
Ladies, I may be mid, but here are 10 reasons why my husband buys me Cartier. I don't argue. I state my perspective once and let him process it without pressure. I let him fix things his way, then celebrate the result. You always figure it out. I prioritize myself unapologetically. He sees me valuing me, so he does too. I protect our energy ruthlessly. No drama, no unnecessary stress brought into our home. I don't ask, do you still love me? I ask myself, am I still the woman he chose? And make sure I show up accordingly. I assume he's on my team. That makes him want to prove me right. I say I trust you when he makes decisions, even big ones. I make desire visible so he knows what he is protecting. I stay warm even when I disagree. He's not looking for conflict at home. He's looking for relief from it. I'm graceful, calm, and magnetic everywhere I go. That makes him proud to claim me in every room. Follow for more love hacks that actually work.
Y'all know that if a woman tells you that
Just another day in the office. View discretion's advised.
she acts different on liquor, and by different, you know what I mean, different. If she tells you that she acts different on liquor and you try to get her to drink liquor, you're a predator, right? You know that, right? Yeah, you're a predator.
Sweetheart, close your mouth when you chew. The smacking of your gum is not making your mama look like she did a good job raising you. The statement is, if a woman tells you that she acts different on liquor and you try to get her to drink liquor, that makes you a predator. I think I only got one question. If you know you act different on liquor and you don't want to participate in your difference, why would you ever tell them? That's like me meeting a whole bunch of random women at a party and saying, yo, I love taking random women on shopping sprees when I drink. What do you think those women are going to do? I think there's a level of accountability that's not being addressed in this statement. Because yes, using someone's disadvantage to your advantage to get whatever it is that you want does make you a predator. But I'm trying to understand, why would anybody know that that is a disadvantage for them and openly share it? It's like handing a stranger your personal bank information thinking that they won't rob you. Yeah, technically they're a thief, but why would you ever put yourself in that kind of a position is what I'm trying to You know what, man, y'all get on here and want to argue about nothing every day, man. And I'm tired of it. Fortunately for y'all, you ain't got to listen to what I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
My friend of 4 years just ended our friendship over a man.
And the story continues. Y'all remember that woman, right? Well, the friend she's talking about in the video came out with her own response. View discretion is advised.
So since y'all keep sending me the video and since I'm blocked, let's just talk about it. First and foremost, the fact that you started your video talking about my friend of 40 years cut me off over a man and didn't actually explain what the dynamic of the relationship was, I'm going to do that for you. You didn't get cut off over a man. You got cut off over my man, my husband, the person that's the most important to me. You live a life where you live in la la land. You, A, don't have a man. B, don't have somebody, have never had anybody that does for you what my husband does for me. You are a pocket watcher. You clock everything that is done in a manner in which you wouldn't accept it, but nobody's even doing for you what my man does for me.
I knew it. You got to be careful around those type of women. They never live the life that they're telling you that you should live. And the saddest part about it is This is majority of the women that get online and give that kind of advice where they're like, oh, he got to be doing this, that, and the third. They've never lived that life. And because it sounds good, you can easily get women to buy into it. And here we are as men on the other side of the fence saying that is not a realistic expectation. And Shorty had the audacity to get online and say all this about that woman's marriage in the name of being a girl's girl and not accepting the bare minimum. Whole time, that woman is living the life that she wants to live with this person. On here trying to give advice about a life that you couldn't even obtain for yourself in any form or fashion. No man has ever done for you what that woman's husband has done for her. And not only was she giving bad advice, she pocket watching as well. This is insane.
You're upset, wholeheartedly upset, more upset than me, that I got jewelry, dinner, and flowers, the thing that I requested, the thing that I enjoy, because baby, I'm a mother and a wife, and I work full time. I don't want to do a whole lot of stuff all the time. And it's not out of the norm, having been married all of these years, for my husband, for our anniversary, to take me to dinner and get me flowers and get me a gift. That's enough. It's not no effort. It's not bare minimum. You're not a celebrity. You don't live a life where this is happening for you and everybody else around you.
Now, this is how you come online and put it in check. Call it for what it actually is. This woman got on and said everything that was factual, nothing personal. It's like, bro, who are you to say that my situation is low effort and you can't even obtain it? I got exactly what I requested from the man that I'm with. And not only that, I've been married for X amount of years. I'm a mother. I work full time. My life is great, basically. I don't need to do something super extravagant every time something comes up in my relationship. I told y'all in my last video, the woman that made the original video is a leech. She's here to just take. That is it. And she thought she could guilt trip and bare minimum her friend out of her spot so she can be with that man. I'm telling you, she wanted to be in her spot. This whole conversation surrounding the bare minimum is complete. You do what works for you in your relationship. And ladies, please take a page out of this woman's book and learn when to cut your stupid ass friends off when they start doing stuff like this in your relationship. No woman has the right to speak on your relationship in any way, shape, or form. Whatever's going on between you and your man is just for y'all and y'all only.
Not only that, you're disclosing information to the internet that's not your business to tell. Like, why are you coming on the internet talking about my man's income? Because you sold the house. Like, be so for real. You're weird. What we do with our finances is for a greater purpose for our kids, because we are building generational wealth. We are trying to make sure that we can retire early. So getting flown out or going on a trip all the time is not our top priority. And as that man's wife, I know how to be an asset to him.
This woman's words are, and as that man's wife, I know how to be an asset to him. You can just hear it in her speech that she's proud to be that man's woman, number one, and she's proud to make sure that she's helping her family get to another level. She ain't worried about all these trips and, oh, we got to do that. And we ain't worried about none of that. I've been there, done that. What I'm worried about is building generational wealth for my kids. What I'm worried about is trying to retire early for me and my husband. This is a woman with the right mindset. And keep in mind, her man makes a lot of money. She's still working full time. They're trying to build right now. This ain't no, oh, I'm just sitting on my ass because my man got money. Nah, we ain't doing that.
And this is why I say I don't accept relationship advice, for real, from people who don't have successful relationships. They've never been married. They don't have anything for real. They live in delusion in La La Land, and they only dream about the day that a man's gonna come in and do half the stuff that my man does for me.
I couldn't have summed it up any better than she did. She's completely right. They are delusional. They live in La La Land. All they can do is dream of the day that they find a man that is willing to do what this woman's husband has done for her. And although we know they're probably never going to get that man because they don't understand what it takes to have a man like that, they will get online and push out a message of something they ain't never accomplished. That's why you got to be careful about that you ingest online, because a lot of them just be lying, feeding you complete. Ladies, be careful out here. These leeches and bare minimum queens is not playing fair. They're willing to trick y'all out of y'all spot in the name of being a girl's girl. Be careful who you call your friends and who you tell your relationship details to. Y'all keep the change.
Women multiply whatever you give them, right? Like, you give us a bag of groceries, we give you a 5-course meal. You give us a house, we give you a home. You give us a little something, maybe we give you a baby 9 months later. We multiply because we do so much for you. We do so much. We dote over you, we do all the things for you. And all we want is that little bit of sugar in return. That's it. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that? What? You think that you do a lot too? Yes, you do. Guys do a lot. I'm not trying to take that away from you. You do so much. But we we do so much more. We do all the things.
Now, if you were looking at this piece of content of anyone other than J-Lo, I think that the majority of the things that she's trying to posture might seem innocuous. But the context matters here because J-Lo, in being in the 90s, voted one of the most beautiful women to exist on earth. And having multitude of relationship failures throughout her life, you understand that context matters. Setting up that by definition of being a woman means that you are owed something, or that you are a queen or a prize simply for existing, without a true assessment into the value that you give in a relationship. When two people, emojis, when two people are together is absolute insanity. Men worth their weight in salt require women that think that they are worth their weight in salt to look in the mirror and really look at how it is that you multiply a situation as a benefit as opposed to a cost. Because if she's not taking the time out to multiply real value, wisdom between the two of you, support between the two of you, or peace to match what the man is pouring into it, then she's not multiplying, she's dividing.
But if you give us any grief,
Okay.
we'll give you 1,000 minutes.
Oh, okay. Imagine a man getting up on stage and said that, hey, listen, we do so much for the ladies, so we're going to bring you headaches if you ever don't listen to us. It just doesn't happen. But instead, the common mantra with the modern woman today is, if we do not get our way, we will be unbearable. Her rhetoric sets up childlike expectations. No wonder she feels like she's never been loved throughout her life, because nothing that you will ever do for a woman with a mindset like this will ever be enough. And I bet you that's exactly what Ben Affleck was reminded of on time number 2 into that marriage.
I mean, just sitting up here lying. You give us a bag of groceries. It depends on what the bag of groceries has in it, because y'all don't want to do anything. Y'all sitting up here saying, I don't cook for nobody, I don't clean nobody. Hire you a private chef. Get you a private chef, because I'm not going to be doing that. So, no, y'all not providing no 5-course meal to nobody. And I think you know that. You're sitting up there lying. No, you're not about to cook for nobody. 5-course. And even if you did cook, you know it ain't going to be no 5-course meal. You know, you about to run out there and get a frozen lasagna or a frozen pizza. Modern women be overextending themselves. They be overstating what they be doing or what they gonna do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. You gonna get this. I heard Dr. Bryant talking about, oh yeah, in that prenup, we're gonna be doing this and we're gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna give this and I'm gonna give that. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not gonna give all. Well, I ain't gonna deny him if this and this. So basically making provisions to deny him is what you're saying. Well, if this is the case, then I will, of course. That's what all these modern women do. They figure out a way to say, oh, well, you know, this is the case. This is the case for a month. Oh, well, maybe if you was this way and that way. Okay, so basically blaming the man again for why you're not putting out. Got it. It's going to be the man's fault every single time. Men already know how it's going to end. And you talking about what you going, oh, well, we provide this, we give you that. No, you don't. You give nothing. You specifically out here handing out heartbreak and heartache and headache. Girl, stop. Cut this out.
I think women actually don't want equal treatment. They couldn't handle it if they got it, quite a number of them. It's a tough world out there. What a lot of women are actually asking for, and you can look aghast at this, is special treatment. If you look at all female shortlists for positions, is that equal treatment or is that special treatment? I think what women need to realise is that you have to toughen up. We can't ask for equal pay. You have to be paid on performance and you have to be paid for the results you deliver. It's a tough world out there, and I don't think Karen Brady and others are doing us any favours by putting this sort of debate out there. I think we have to just compete in what is a tough world, and I think we need to keep that. We need to look after it. Do we want a world that's completely void of colour? Do we want everything to be magnolia? No, we don't.